everybody. Welcome to Be a Legend. Today's episode, we have another National League game, this time down in Kent, and then we are at home in the FA Trophy Quarter Final. Hello and welcome to episode 25 of To Be a Legend. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have two games for you as always. This time we are in the Vanarama National League against Ebbsfleet, and then that's away in Kent, and then we are at home to Chesterfield in the FA Trophy Quarter Final. Can we progress one more stage to that elusive semi-final? I think we got to the quarterfinals last year. We will check before the time is out. Since you were last with us, we've played 3 games. We've lost our second game of the season as well, as you'll see from this screen here. Last time you were with us, an FA Trophy 5th round win against Concord Rangers. 2-0. That man, Manny Norquette, getting on the score sheet again. Hampton and Richmond was a bit of a dour affair. Sion Spence managing to get a very slender win for us, 1-0 from the penalty spot after 20 minutes. And then we went on to play Dagenham and Redbridge, 4-2 win over them. Manny Norquette getting a brace again. Jaden Redmond and Sion Spence a minute into injury time. This time, not from the penalty spot. Then we went to play Southend and we lost. Just didn't get into the game at all. Just never had a Scooby-Doo. We just didn't get into it. Having said that, I think if we actually went back, I will find it in a minute. I'll pause and I will find it. I won't put you through all the pain of trying to find it. But when you look at the match momentum, I think we had most of the match, to be fair. If this one, let's just have a quick look at the stats, because I don't think the 2-0 tells its own story. No, there you go. There you go. If you look at it, look, 6 shots, 2 on target. The 2 on target were the goals. We had 19 shots, 4 on target, 1.45 and 59% of the possession. I think going by that, we should have won the game comprehensively, or at least got no more less than a draw. We were mugged at their place at Roots Hall. So we lost that game and shouldn't have done. And I think if I go and have a look at the match momentum, which I will do, I think it goes and proves the fact as well. I'm not quite sure why this screen is doing what it's doing there. But yeah, I think we did play Prizebeck in goal. I'm not sure if that had a contributing effect. The fact that he was poor for both those goals, I'm not sure. I wouldn't like to commit myself too badly. And then we managed to get a 3-1 draw against Barrow. I will say one other thing about the Southend game is we were lucky in that round of matches. In fact, if we go into the National League, we'll go have a look at the rounds of matches. That was the 3-1 win against Barrow. Chesterfield beating Southend, the team that we couldn't beat, 2-1, just to rub it in. And then prior to that, as you'll see, the game that we lost, or in fact we played on the Friday. Lost 2-0. And then on the Saturday, Aldershot very kindly beat Chesterfield. So it makes no iota of a difference at the top of the table is where I was going. If you have a look at the top of the table, we are still top. 77 points from 35 games. We have 11 games left to play. 122, drawn 11, lost 2 games now. Notts County and Southend. 33 goals, 76 for, 33 against, plus goal difference of 43. We are still 9 points clear of Chesterfield in second place, who we play in the second episode of today, but nothing to do with the National League. We play them on the last day of the season, and we want that gap to be big enough that they're not going to cause us problems on the last day of the season, because if they do, and it's down to 3 points, you know what's going to happen, because Football Manager does nasty things like that. Then it's third place is Torquay United on 63, and then Wrexham on fourth on 59. At one point, they were really tucked in behind us, of course. They've dropped away a little bit, as you can see. Lost 2 and drawn 1 in their last 5. Torquay lost 2, won 3 in their last 5. Chesterfield, they're a bit iffy. They've won 3, drawn 1 and lost 1. So they're not unbeatable, of course, but we messed up our completely green bit at the top there as we were going. So anyway, that's how the top looks. Still in the drop zone at the moment, but only on a goal difference. Oldham, Spennymoor below them, 1 point below them. And then there's a 4-point gap down to Hampton and Richmond in 23rd. And I think pretty much gone already. Wealdstone right at the bottom on 15 points. They're 14 points adrift of Hampton and Richmond. And 19 points now adrift of Dagenham, Redbridge, Oldham Athletic in that safety space in 20th. I think they are pretty much goners. As you see, they've lost 4, drawn 1 of the last games. They've only won 3 games all season. So unless something miraculously happens, I think Wealdstone are on their way back down out of the National League. Did they come up last season? We'll have a check. Right, I'm going to have a quick look for that match momentum, and then we'll get on with the episode. Well, I did actually eventually find it. Took me a long while to work out where it was, but if you're ever in any not sure and you want this information, it's really handy. I will show you in a moment where to find it, but this was the match momentum against Southend, and as we've already established, we were mugged at their place, admittedly, but we were mugged. As you'll see, they only had really 3 5-minute spells that they were in the game, and when they scored the 2 goals was basically against the run of play, because we were in the ascendancy. And as you'll see, we had 30 minutes, 35 minutes of the first 45 we were in thing and quite well in possession. And then in the second half, we had 40 minutes, just never produced anything, basically. Plenty of opportunities, but just didn't put it away. So that was the story of that day. And as you'll see, the 2 goals that they've scored. Yeah, so if you ever want to get into here, if we go back to just some other screen, if you go to Data Hub, and then when you go into Data Hub, if you pull down matches, and if it's a match, if it's your last match, you can obviously pull it up on here. And it gives you match momentum. And if you want a previous match, you can either go last match or you can go last 5 matches. In fact, it doesn't do it on the last 5 matches. You do need to go to last match and then select one of the 4 before this one, which was Southend as it turned out. And then you can do your overall match momentum from there. And it's quite a good screen to actually have a look at and get a bit of a guide as to how we did. Right. Enough of me chortling. Hopefully that's helpful to you. If it is, leave a comment below. Let me know that it's been helpful to you. It's all good on here. You never know. If I get the right comments below that has been helpful, I might do some standalone videos specifically to help you out with those sort of things. I know before anybody puts it in the comments, I did promise to do a kit basher as well, which I will do at some point. It's just a case of getting round to it. Right, Ebbsfleet first up is our first game of the afternoon. We beat them at our place 6-3. Last time out, Manny Norquette, Perry Moss, a hat-trick from Harry Bunn on that occasion, and Sam Osborne were the scorers in that one. They get in 2 goals. Will Goodwin, which seems that name rings a bell. He's been about somewhere or other. Good boy. He put them in the lead after 32 minutes. And Elliot Newby getting 2, so they actually get 3 there. So Elliot Newby getting 2 goals as well. So I think, in fact, 22-32, they were 2 goals up. I think that was a game that we were 2-0 down after 20-odd minutes and came back. Got one back just before half-time through Manny Norquette and then stonked the second half. A game of all games that was. Right, let's have a look at the team then that will face Ebbsfleet down in Kent. And as we move through the screens to get to the team view, just to tell you that we have had notification that if we win this match and results go in our favour, we can guarantee ourselves a playoff space. So that's the importance of today's game. Malden in goal then. Linton, Greenwich, Gamble and Clark are the defence. They are behind Mundle and Camwa, who are in central midfield. Harry Bunn out on the left. Raymond in the central position. And Smith moves out to the right-hand side. Normally we play him on the left-hand side, but he's moved out to the right today. Norket continues up front in splendid form at the moment. 22 goals to his name so far this season. He's been packing them away. Joe Hardy, who had a little bit of a spell that was quite good, can't seem to get back into the team properly at the moment. So we're not knocking it in any manner, shape or form. On the bench today, we have Williams, Ayana, Spence, Moss and Hardy. And this is how the two sides match up. As you'll see, they are playing a 4-3-3 formation. Bingham are heading up their attack. Sterling James and Dawes, the two wide players. And then Album Jones playing as the defensive midfielder. And our first highlight comes after 23 minutes. It's a corner, and it's a headed corner and a goal from Greenwich. Reece Greenwich getting a lovely headed. I didn't really pay much attention. It all happened very quickly. Bunn with the corner, swung it in. Greenwich run forward. And a nice glanced header into the back of the net. 1-0. Throw in on the far side. Martin throws it in. Need to be very careful. We don't want them to get back in. But Camwell has won the ball. Keeps it in. Very smartly moved there. Gamble to Raymond to Mundle. Fires that one out wide. We got Johnny Smith out on the right today, as I said. He's come in, he's crossed it in, looking for Bunn, who heads it back. It was actually the defender headed it. Bunn, Raymond. Just inside the area, missed. Goal kick from Kearney. And met by a header. Smith out on that side, causing all sorts of havoc. And Norket, how did that stay out? The goalkeeper did a splendid point-blank save. Bunn keeps it alive, crosses it back in. It's headed back out. Mundle couldn't get there. Linton, though. And half-time comes. We've had 10 shots, 3 on target, 1.14. We have the momentum, 63% of the possession. They've had 3 shots, just the 1 on target, 0.40. 37% possession. That goal from Reece Greenwich, very good goal after 24 minutes. Gives us a very slender lead at half-time. We're looking to capitalise on that. But before we go any further, one other scoreline that is catching my eye over here on the left. Look at that. Oldham are trying to get out of the relegation zone and doing us a favour against Chesterfield at the moment. Oh, boys and girls, that is looking good. Notts County losing to the Gates. Gateshead on a good run at the moment. I don't know what's happened to them. They're having a bit of a run. I think they're too far away from us to give us too much trouble. But we'll keep one eye on the table. But at the moment, unless Chesterfield make a comeback, we could open the gap at the top of the table to 11 points. And with 67 minutes on the clock, we've made 2 changes. Patrick Gamble is off for Harry Williams in defence because he's tired, as you'll see. And Romain Mundle has come off of central midfield. Raymond drops from the attacking playmaker role into the central midfield. Perry Moss has come on for him. We could have brought Sion Spence on. We may do, or I'm not sure just yet what the permutations are. But just to say that Moss, they keep telling me that Moss is that is his preferred position, albeit he plays so well out on the right. So we have decided that we will drop him in there and give him 20 odd minutes just to see what he does in that attacking playmaker role. And our first highlight comes 65 minutes, having made those changes. Clark with a long throw in, looking for Moss, didn't find him. Raymond, though, has picked it up. Bunn puts it away. 14th goal of the season, and that makes it a bit more comfortable. And we go 2 up on 69 minutes. Lovely long throw, looking for Moss. Hollis heads it out, but Raymond tidies up. Through to Bunn. Bunn swivels on it. Creates a bit of space. Back of the net. 2-0. Next highlight. 79 minutes on the clock this time. Clark with that long throw again. Looking for Moss, but didn't find him. Moss runs into space. Moss tries to curl one in. Didn't quite get the curl on it, but it was a good try. And with 86 minutes on the clock, we made our final change. Coming off James Clark, who again is tired. Want to make sure our defence is pretty secure at the back there, because we do have a number of very tired legs now. So putting somebody on with a little bit of momentum on that side. I'm just wondering whether I actually ought to change Williams and Greenwich over, though, because that just puts Harry Williams got a little bit more in him on the left side of defence and Ayana on the right. As the rest are very, very tired. Greenwich had an absolutely fantastic game by the looks of it. So, yeah, that's our final change. Kenny with a goal kick. Ayana, who's already picked up a yellow card. How's he done that? Pass it back to Malden. Williams gets that forward, looking for Norket. Couldn't find him. Bunn will get there, though. Heads it back to Williams. Linton. Camwar out wide for Bunn. Bunn will get there. And he's been felled in the area. And it's a penalty. 3-0 then if we can get this penalty. 4 minutes of injury time. And it is in the 4th minute of injury time. Harry Bunn for his second of the game to take this penalty. Oh, and it's been saved. Harry Bunn will get... No, he won't. Goalkeeper's got there. And no, 2-0 is the final score, I think, unless something strange happens here in this highlight. And they come forward. Going to have to be careful. It is all over. And Greenwich and Harry Bunn, after 70 minutes, doing the damage. Harry Bunn could have made it 3-0 and made it look really quite comprehensive. But we've ended up 18 shots, 5 on target, 2.46, 63% of the possession against Ebbsfleet's 7 shots, 3 on target, 0.54, 37% of the possession. Overall, a good game. Reece Greenwich having an absolutely stonking game. Player of the match, 8.8 on the thing. Louis Malden had a good game as well. In fact, selection of players all having a splendid, and one standout for me, Johnny Smith playing on the right, 7.4. So he did very well. And Harry Bunner, 7.7 on the left-hand side. Perry Moss, 6.7 in his 20 minutes as the attacking playmaker. Be interesting to see if he started a game there, how we would get on. But anyway, a good result. What we do need to go and find out now is what happened in the Chesterfield game. Well, there was no comeback for Chesterfield. They've lost 3-0 to Oldham Athletic, who haul themselves clear by 3 points of the relegation zone. Exactly what they wanted to do. Which means that the gap at the top of the table, having 1 hour game, is now a 11-point gap. Surely, unless we go absolutely mad, surely that's a big enough gap now for us to be promoted to the Football League. Oh, and the question is, will I get a contract if we are promoted to the Football League? Because as it stands at the minute, they haven't offered me another contract. I'm still pushing for this under-21 team, and if we do get promoted, I will only sign a contract with an under-21 team, and if we turn professional, of course. So there we go then. 80 points. Just trying to confirm. Eastleigh, who are down in 8th place, 37 games played, so they've got 9 left. 27 points available to them. So my reckoning, that will give them 83. Yeah, I think it's 83. They have a game in. We have a game in hand over them. So 83. So if we were to win that game in hand, we'd be guaranteed a playoff place as a bare minimum. But as I say, something's got to go radically wrong for us to drop all the way down here, or even drop off our perch as it currently stands. So good day at the office. We've won. Chesterfield have lost, and we've opened a bigger gap at the top of the table. I like that. Having said all of that, though, we do have to play Chesterfield next, which is a little bit of a tall order. Chesterfield in the FA Trophy Quarter Final. We do have to play them on the final day of the season. Let's hope it's all decided by then, and we don't have to worry about it. Last time out at our place, it was a 0-0 draw, a bore draw on that occasion. Let's see if we can do better today and get ourselves through. That was the other thing we were going to have a look at. Get ourselves through to the semi-finals of the FA Trophy. Last season, we got as far as FA Trophy 3rd, 4th, 5th quarter-final. So we got knocked out at this stage last year, resounding 5-0 thumping by Gateshead, who went on to win it. They are the current champions of, or current holders of the FA Trophy. As I say, we got knocked out by them. They were a level above us on that occasion, of course. So we can't moan too much. But if we can get through to the semi-final this year, we've gone one step further than what we did last year. So, without any more to do, let's have a look at the team that will face Chesterfield for the FA Trophy Quarter Final. And so the team that will face Chesterfield in the FA Trophy Quarter Final, and this is the team that will do it. Malden in goal, Linton, Williams and Gamble and Clark, our defensive line. Mundell and Greaves in front of them. Bunn, Moss and Smith. Smith, who had a good game out on the right last time out, put him out there again. And Bunn stays on the left-hand side again. He had a good game. Moss, as we said, we will start him in that middle bit. We do have Raymond on the bench. Camwa on the bench as well. Norquette leads the attack. And then on the bench, Greenwich, Ayana, as mentioned, Camwa, Raymond and Hardy. Question mark over whether Hardy should have started today's game. But Norquette, he's sort of like that at the minute. But we've given him the nod in front of Hardy. But as I say, if Norquette isn't performing by half-time, then Hardy almost certainly will make an appearance. We just got to keep one eye on that man, Tashminga, who we'd like to buy, especially if we get into the second tier. Well, not the second tier, but if we get into League Two, into the Football League. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves. We go out and win this game against Chesterfield to get through to the semi-final of the FA Trophy first. And this is how the two teams line up. Very similar formations. As you will see, these two players, I think, for Chesterfield are defensive, though. So very similar. Jack Clark sits as the attacking playmaker. Tashminga, he's the man, or Tashmanga, is the player that we've got to keep an eye on. Mandeville and Bree play as the wide players. So we'll see how we get on. Luke Chadwick, I'm sure he rings a bell as well in goal. But anyway, let's see if we can do the business against Chesterfield in this FA Trophy quarter-final. Right, before we go any further, we are playing in our pink kit today, which is our away kit. We are at home. I'm not sure whether there's something in the comments below. I'm not sure if there is something that says that with an FA Trophy that where you've both got similar kits, you draw the kits. To see who has the home kit, uses their home kit. I would have naturally assumed that if you got drawn out in a cup tie at home, you would automatically therefore get your home kit. The away side would have to play in the away kit. I don't know whether it's a Football Manager thing or I'm missing a rule. I'm not sure. If you know, comments below, please. I'll be grateful. Clark with a free kick then with 11 minutes on the clock. Moss heads that forward, looking for Norquette. Norquette not there, though. And Downing holds up the ball. And we've managed, Linton gets a foot in. Bunn, Moss, Greaves. Over the top for Norquette. It's just a little too far for him, and Chadwick had to come out. Is he going to launch one? He is. We've got to be careful here. Williams is underneath that. Mundell. And he won the ball, but gave it away. Smith has won the ball on that right side. Norquette comes across field. Norquette to Moss. Moss! He's hit the post. I thought he put that in the back of the net then. Free kick for Chesterfield. King with the free kick. Finds Williams. Williams will try and get this ball in. And he's being marked. But King there. Dolan. Clayton. Clayton has a shot from distance. It's gone over the top. Throw in on that far side. Clark with a throw in to Gamble. Gamble has Williams. Williams tries to get one forward. Norquette this time does get it. Mundle. Bunn finds Linton. Linton comes forward. Not sure of himself. He's got support though in Mundle. And Linton goes on another run. Smith looking not the tallest of players. Bunn! And that ball was flicked across. Bunn seemed to have no chance on it at all. Managed to get ahead to it. And everybody just stood there and watched. Harry Bunn. That's why we play him. Something out of nothing. Headed back across. Bunn gets there. Goalkeeper's strolling for it. Goal. Throw in on this near side. Linton with the throw in to Norquette. Back to Linton. Linton finds Greaves. Greaves, he's going to have a shot. He's got it in the back of the net. It's their goal of the season. It's 2-0. We have 2 goals after 34 minutes, I think, on the clock when that one went in. Lovely worked ball here. Norquette back to Linton. Linton finds Greaves. Greaves creates his space. Lovely curled shot. And Jack Clark is injured right on injury time in injury time in that first half. So he will be off. We'll need to check to see who's come on. But it's a 2-0 at half time. We've had 12 shots, 4 on target, 0.98, 58% of the possession. They've had 2 shots, nothing on target to date, 0.03 and 42% of the possession. So far, it's 1 foot in the semi-final. But as I say, we won't count our chickens till they're hatched. Let's go and see what the second half's got for us. And our first highlight on nearly 59 minutes. It's deep in our own half. Just to say that they have brought on a replacement. I think it's Doha on for Armando Daha on for Jack Clark. Linton with that throw into Greaves. Back to Linton then. Linton, I thought he was going to give that ball away then. Williams speculatively looking for one. Moss tries to get a foot in there. Tashminga's in. Uh-oh. Trouble. And luckily he misses. In fact, it was saved or blocked. One of the two. It's gone out for a corner anyway. Danger still ensues. Williams heads it back in, but it's in the side netting. It is a goal kick. Chadwick with a goal kick. 67 minutes on the clock. Dobra was the player's name that I couldn't pronounce. Smith wins that ball. He's giving it away to Mandeville. Dobra there. And forcing them back at the minute. We just need to try and win this ball back if we can. Not done it so far. Gamble will be there though. Heads it to Mundle. Finally cut out that attack. Bunn to Williams. Williams to Mundle. Bunn. Moss been tackled, but Bunn is there. Linton finds Bunn in space. Can Bunn cross this in? He's going to cross it deep. Smith is there. Oh, it's come back off the crossbar. Oh, that is so unlucky by Smith. Looked like he was going to get a goal there. They have a corner. King with the corner. Goal would get their tails back up, and they have got that goal. It's Tyrone Williams attacked that ball, and they've got one back on 72 minutes. We need to be careful now. And with 73 minutes on the clock, we've done a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of moving around, and we've brought on 2 players. It's Johnny Smith has come off. We've brought on Jaden Raymond, who's taken up the attacking playmaker role. We've moved Moss back out to the right, and we've also brought on Hardy in that pressing forward role. He prefers to play pressing forward, which I think is where I'm going wrong, that Manny Norquette probably should play one of the other roles. But anyway, he's there as the pressing forward, and they're the 2 changes that we're making at the moment. Ball comes forward. Raymond on the ball. He's on as a substitute. Raymond comes forward, crosses the line. He's going to have a shot, and Chadwick makes the save. It's gone out for a corner. Raymond with the corner on this near side. 2-goal cushion would be absolutely splendid. It's swung in, headed out. Tash Manga heads it clear. And with 90 minutes on the clock, 4 minutes of injury time to be played. And we have made our final change. Patrick Gamble is off for Reese Greenwich in defence. Both central defenders very tired, as is Linton and Clark. So a defensive line is tired if they get a ball over the top. So what we've done is we've put Greaves back there as a defensive midfielder, dropped Mundle back as a deep line playmaker. Raymond has dropped back into central midfield as the Mazzala. So those are the changes we're going to make, and hopefully we can hang on to this 2-1 slender 2-1 lead. And we've held on to a 2-1 win through to the next round. We've got one stage further than we did last season. So 19 shots, 6 on target, 1.41, 57% of the possession. They had 5 shots, 2 on target. I think it was 4-1 at half time. So they've only had 1 shot and 1 on target, which was the goal, presumably. In the second half, 0.50, 43% possession. A good day at the office, if not everybody performing as we would have hoped. But it was good. We finished up well. And I think what's coming up next is the draw for the semi-final. And the draw for the semi-final of the FA Trophy. And you will see that Notts County, Gateshead, Eastleigh, Ebbsfleet United are still in the draw, as well as ourselves. So 5 teams. I think it's Notts County and Eastleigh, or is it Gateshead? One of those are still got to play a replay. And the fan poll is saying they prefer Notts County. We've lost to them. Having said that, though, the FA Trophy is over 2 legs. So that might be a little bit of an advantage to us. Right, let's have a look then and see who we are going to get in this particular draw. It's Eastleigh or Gateshead. So Eastleigh, Gateshead are the team that need to go to a replay. Everybody in the Vanarama National League, so nobody any lower, still in the competition. Let's make the draw. Notts County are first out. They will play Eastleigh or Gateshead, which means we've got Ebbsfleet United, and they are home first. We are away first. So that is the draw. And just to confirm, we've got Ebbsfleet United, who we've just beaten, of course, in the first game of the episode. Fixture rearrangements. Let's go and have a look then and see how that affects the schedule. Ebbsfleet not showing up in there yet, but it will do. So we're going to play Wealdstone, Barnet. Grimsby Town has been shifted up. I think that's Easter there. Good Friday and Easter Monday. It's Eastleigh that will get tipped out. In fact, what I'm going to do, if I just pause you for a second, I'm going to come back, see if I can flip it on one. Well, it took a bit of doing, including having to do a press conference in order to get where we wanted to be. So it's messed around a little bit with what we wanted to do. So, right, what are we going to do? I think I wanted to show the Bromley game. So I'm tempted, excuse me, tempted to do it this way. We'll do Wealdstone and Barnet offline. We're going to come back for Bromley and Grimsby Town, and then we'll come back Ebbsfleet, Eastleigh, Ebbsfleet, Altrincham, and then it will take us down. We'll jump Halifax and Gateshead down to the last 2 games of the season, unless, of course, we're likely to take the title with the Gateshead. We'll look at the last few matches as we come down to it. So that's how we're going to do. We'll do Wealdstone and Barnet offline. Come back for Bromley and Grimsby Town, 2 National League games, which should give us a bit of an idea what's going to happen, whether we're going to take the title early or not. Excuse me again. And then, as I say, Ebbsfleet, Eastleigh, Ebbsfleet, Altrincham. All we could do, I'm not sure. I'm in 2 minds. Either that or to do an FA Trophy semi-final special. I might do that, actually. I'm just going to pause a second. I think I've sorted it out. Yeah, we might come back and do an Ebbsfleet actually, and then it'll be a case of seeing how it fits to the end. So it might be that we do the 2 Ebbsfleet games, and then it's coming back for either Gateshead, Aldershot Town, or Gateshead and Chesterfield. Depends on where we might win the title, assuming we're going to win the title and don't blow up in the meantime. Yeah, right. We're going to come back for Bromley and Grimsby Town then in the next episode. Or do we do Barnet and Bromley? Where's Barnet? Barnet's 11th. Bromley are 13th. Grimsby Town are 6th. I think they're probably more interesting. So, right. Bromley and Grimsby Town then in the next episode, and then we will come back. I'm undecided how we're going to do it, but it may well be we come back for an FA Trophy semi-final special and have both legs in the one match, and I'll go offline and do the Eastleigh game in between. I will decide and come back and let you know. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. That keeps you up to date with all future episodes of To Be a Legend and our other series that's going on, and any new series that will be released. New series possibly coming very soon now, as the Chelsea series I think is coming to an end possibly. Apologies for it being a bit of a long episode today, but if you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel and more, follow me on Twitter at JustOffside2. New episodes of To Be a Legend currently released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. As I say, thank you for watching. Apologies for it being a little bit of a long episode. Hopefully when it's edited down it won't be quite so long. But as I say, thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. Episode 26. It's out on Thursday. Until then, I wish you a very good